Asterisk the unexpected night when my stepson entered in my room late night after drinking, a real infidelity story. The night was thick with whispers, a heady mix of secrets and uncertainty. Eliza lay in the stillness of her dimly lit bedroom, lost in a dream, when the door creaked open and a flicker of moonlight cast a silhouette in the doorway. It was Jamie, her stepson, swaying unsteadily and spilling raw confessions between breaths of alcohol. Little did they know, this night would test the very boundaries of love, trust, and desire, plunging them into a darkness that could alter their lives forever. Let's start this unbelievable story. Before taking start, please subscribe me. Thank you. The sun had long dipped below the horizon, casting an inky shadow over the quiet town of Clearwater. The week had stretched on like a taut rubber band, and Eliza found solace in the cocoon of her bedroom. She had just drifted into a deep slumber, wrapped in dreams of a simpler time, when suddenly, the door creaked open. It was her stepson, Jamie. He stood there, a silhouette against the dim light of the hallway, his posture swaying slightly. Eliza could smell the faint yet unmistakable scent of alcohol wafting towards her. It was only a few weeks since he'd turned 18, but tonight, it seemed, that age had opened the floodgates to reckless abandon. "Jamie?" Eliza whispered, still half asleep, her heart racing. "What are you doing here?" His eyes were glazed, yet there was an intensity to them that sent shivers down her spine. I couldn't sleep. Can I come in?" The hesitation in his voice startled her. The boy she had known was slipping away, replaced by someone else. Someone bold, reckless, and most terrifying of all, vulnerable. "Sure. Just be quiet," she replied, unsure of what this moment might unravel. Jamie shuffled inside, perching at the edge of her bed. The room felt suddenly charged with an unspoken tension, the kind that wraps around you like a thick fog, blinding you to all but the present. They talked, or rather he talked. Words spilled over each other as he recounted a wild night out with friends, his laughter pealing through the silence, like bells on a summer morning. Each story raised the stakes, his voice twisting with every dramatic retelling, yet she could see that he was searching for something more in his own tales. Validation, perhaps, or a connection somewhere he didn't quite understand. But beneath the bravado, she recognized a loneliness that tugged at her heart. Eliza had seen it grow over the past few years, ever since the loss of his mother had cast a shadow over their family. It had been a delicate balance for her, trying to step in as a mother figure while not overstepping boundaries that should never be crossed. That invisible line seemed to blur with every sip of alcohol he took, and tonight, it felt as if the very fabric of their relationship hung by a thread. "What would she think of me now?" he murmured, eyes cast downward, his bravado momentarily forgotten. The mention of his mother transformed the moment, turning joy into a bitter sweetness, nostalgia into regret. Eliza's throat tightened. "She would love you," she responded softly, barely able to contain her emotions. "You're an incredible person, Jamie. Your mother would want you to be happy, to find your own way." "Yeah, but I'm lost," he admitted, frustration palpable in his voice. "I'm just trying to figure it all out. This world feels so." His voice trailed off, and before she knew it, he leaned closer, seeking comfort in her presence. The tension thickened, suffocating yet exhilarating. Eliza felt her heart race as a whirlwind of thoughts cascaded through her mind. She knew that this wasn't the boy she had raised. This was someone desperately searching for solace after drowning in grief and alcohol, but something deep within her began to awaken, an undeniable warmth against the frosty reality. "Jamie, you're not lost. You just have to be careful not to drown in the noise," she replied, her heart constricting at the intimacy of the moment. Perhaps it was because he was so close, or perhaps it was the alcohol stirring something in both of them. She could feel the distance closing, a precarious balance teetering on the edge. But the higher stakes of their current circumstances pressed down onto her. With each heartbeat, temptation intertwined with caution. With his breath warm against her cheek, she could have easily crossed that line. He needed someone to anchor him, someone to pull him from the depths of that darkness. But did she have the strength to be that person? Suddenly, Jamie's phone buzzed, jolting them both back to reality. The moment shattered, leaving a void where connection had just blossomed. He pulled away, eyes widening in realization. "I should go," he stammered, and with that, the fog began to lift, clarity returning to his mind. Eliza watched him retreat, her heart heavy. The truth was, she could barely hold on to the fleeting intimacy of that moment. It had felt intoxicating, and yet, she knew it was built on the fragile foundation of his inebriation. Alcohol had dared to whisper forbidden thoughts into their minds, leading them to the precipice of something dangerous, something that could unravel everything they had known. As the door closed behind him, Eliza lay back against her pillows, struggling to catch her breath. The weight of what might have been lingered in the air, but she also understood the lesson etched within those few heart-stopping moments. Sometimes, the most dangerous demons are the ones we drag into the light on our own. And as the dawn crept into the world outside her window, she vowed to prevent that darkness from taking hold again, both for Jamie and for herself. In the quiet aftermath, she realized that their bond was stronger than any fleeting moment of desire. She would be the anchor, vigilant against the treacherous tides of unspoken feelings and forbidden attraction. Each step forward would be one of courage, a promise to support without crossing lines that could forever change their lives. And perhaps that was the greatest love story of all. The end.